What's going on, guys? We are back to our playthrough of Planet Nomads, and today we are going to start preparing for something. Now, if you look around, there's not a lot of stuff in our base, and I would like to build some more stuff because there's some things we need, like conveyors would be really nice, a compact med bay would be nice, and all this other good stuff would be really cool things to build. However, we are out of the current resources that we need to build those. So things like the compact med bay, if you look, it needs, what's it called? It needs Mark II electrical components. And if you look over here, look at our Mark II electrical components, we need silver. Now things like silver, titanium, uranium, aluminum, all that good stuff is actually not found in this biome. Right now we can only find carbon, silicon, and iron. And so, really, at this point, there's nothing we can really build going further in our current little area. So what that means is we are going to have to start traveling either north or south to hit another biome in which we can actually find some other things. Because, I mean, I kind of like the way that they did that because it keeps you from just staying in one place for the entire game, like games like Minecraft and stuff, where it's just like, oh, you know, everything I need is going to be under my feet, and everything I need is going to be, you know, right around here, and I'm going to stick in this, you know, little, maybe half a kilometer by half a kilometer area, because I don't really need to leave here. But in Planet Nomads, that is not the case, and we are going to have to start traveling. So what we're going to do today is we are going to start by upgrading our exploration suit, our jetpack, and our multi-tool. Then we're going to build some resources like some sleeping bags, some food, some water, and make sure that we have enough resources, and two, enough storage space to venture out into the wilderness and hopefully find some rare resources. Now, there's a good chance that since we are only at like Mark II of everything, even with our upgrades, we're not going to survive that well. So what I also want to bring is enough resources to build a very small emergency shelter like this, but maybe like in the size of one basic frame so that we can sleep in there. And I think that should, in theory, work, because I tried to sleep outside in dangerous environments with a sleeping bag and nothing really worked. But I think if you do it indoors, I think things go a little bit better. So we're going to have to go ahead and prepare for that, and we're going to go on a journey. And I really don't know how long this journey is going to be because it kind of drops you off in the middle of this random forest biome. You don't know if you're really at the edge of it or if you're like smack in the middle of it. In my last playthrough of it that I did by myself, I actually just walked like maybe a kilometer south and I found some snow and I got some silver and aluminum and stuff like that. But there's always a chance that we are going to have to go a lot further to get anything we need. And so originally I was going to build a nice little spreadsheet that would, you know, do the math and calculate everything we need, or all the raw resources we would need to do all these upgrades. But I found out very quickly that Google Sheets does not play nice with doing anything more than just kind of adding and subtracting numbers. I tried to put a couple sheets together so that one sheet could build another sheet, which would in turn, you know, affect the numbers on another sheet. It was just a mess because I had, you know, the components listed out with the raw resources, and then I was going to take the items and put the number of components, and I was going to have another sheet take the components and the items and do the math and figure out, like, if you have this many components, you're going to need this many resources and do all this crazy stuff. But unfortunately for me, I mean, I could do it. It would just take an extremely, extremely long time. I worked on it for about 2 hours and really didn't get anywhere. And two, the easy ways for it to do it in Google Sheets would be to use the scripts, and for some reason the scripts are stupid because, I don't know, it's just a very long, complicated process in figuring out how to actually do all this stuff. So what we're going to do for now is we're going to kind of just wing it. So we're going to go out and collect a bunch of resources. We're going to come back. We're going to build stuff. We're going to collect resources. We're going to come back, build stuff, and we're going to just keep doing that until we have enough resources. Right now, I'm not too worried about how long it's going to take because, I mean, we're not building super advanced stuff that requires a bunch of different components. We're just kind of building very small things. So hopefully this will all work out. And so I'm going to go ahead, go collect some resources, and I'm going to cut back every time I build something or make something because, I mean, really, this is probably going to take quite a little bit of time. So I will see you guys on the other side. So the first thing I did is I went ahead and took care of our exploration suit. This one right here offers a little bit better protection against a lot of different things. It's going to make our hunger go down slower, our stamina go down slower, things like that. And we're not going to be as susceptible to the temperature and anything like that now. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. And if you see, like, none of our stats over here change, but over here it kind of does. And so that's what I went ahead and took care of first. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take care of our jetpack. So next thing I took care of was our jetpack. It's going to allow us to fly for a little bit longer. I think it's going to give us an extra energy source, and it's going to give us a slightly bigger backpack. And now, the only thing I'm really looking forward to, since I really don't use the jetpack all that much, or really for any important use, I'm just really looking forward to having a little bit extra inventory space, because when you're out going somewhere and you're trying to bring a lot of resources back, it's a really good idea to have as much room as possible to do that. So we just added quite a bit to our thing. So you can see, took it from there to there, and you can just drop these in and out. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and finish up our multi-tool, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and do some batteries, some food and water and stuff like that. So by the end of this episode, we'll be completely ready to go on our journey. Alright, so now that we finished our multi-tool, we're going to go ahead and drop this in here. And all this is going to do is going to make it a little bit more efficient. I think it mines a little bit faster, does a little bit more damage. And also, I think it has like 2 firing modes now, so we can use like a lower energy mode that will not use as much energy, but not give us any resources. And it also upgrades the contents of this battery. So before, we'd put a battery in and it would only use like 70. So you have a charge of 70 for each battery. And now we can do that, and now it uses 100, which is really nice because it gives us a little bit more room to work with. Our batteries go a little bit further, and that's kind of nice. And I went ahead and crafted like 10 batteries just so we have enough. I might craft a couple more, I'm not sure yet. I'm still kind of deciding. So the only thing left really is to go ahead and take care of our food, and unfortunately I have to go run around and kill some animals and stuff like that to go get enough food to hopefully last us a long enough trip. So I'll go ahead and take care of that. Alright, so I went ahead and finished up the rest of the resources that we needed, and I think this is kind of going to be the finalized item list for our trip. So starting off, we've got 9 batteries, which should give us enough power to get pretty far and collect a lot of resources. We got 7 superfoods, 6 electrolyte waters, which hopefully should be enough to let us get there and back. I'm not 100% sure. I might build a couple more of each just to make sure, because I did go on like a kilometer trip and it didn't really use anything at all. I used the bandage because we never used all the bandages that we had from when we dropped off. I didn't really craft them because I can't, because I don't have a compact med bay. Went ahead, made us 5 sleeping bags, which will give us 5 nights to kind of restore and stuff, and basic frames and plating, which should be enough to build 4 corners and 4 what are they called? 4 walls. I might go ahead, throw a piece of glass in there just so we can have a window to see when it gets bright again, but I don't think, actually the sleeping bag doesn't let you do that. So I think this should be the final itemized list. If you guys can think of anything or think I should build any more of some certain things, go ahead and let me know, because I kind of want to leave the rest of this up to you guys. this is the kind of product list. If you want some more stuff, go ahead, tell me. And going forward, I don't really know which direction I would like to head in first. I'm going to leave that up to you as well. We can either go north or south, because that's the only way we can really get new resources out of the biomes, because they stretch from east to west, going from top to bottom. So if you keep going east or west, you just stay in the same biome. So I think north takes us to like Arctic kind of areas, and south takes us more to the desert. So depending on which way you guys want to go, I'm not really partial to either way. So I think that's going to be it for this episode. We didn't really do much, just kind of prepared. Next time we come back, we'll be heading out on our very first expedition to hopefully find some better resources. So if you want to see more of that, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, go ahead and like. If you have any comments, suggestions, whatever, go ahead and leave it in a comment below. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace out.